What is up, y'all? Today I'll be going over what a break of structure is. This is I guess the first video where we start talking more about like price movement, the way the market moves. And so it's a pretty simple concept, but it might be a little bit difficult to understand at the beginning. So let's just begin with what a break of structure is. A break of structure occurs when a price move closes above a previous high in a downtrend or below a previous low in an uptrend, signaling a potential shift in market direction. Okay. And so that may be confusing, hope not. But hopefully with some examples you'll be able to get the hang of it. So first of all, what is an uptrend? What is a downtrend? An uptrend is this basically, you're creating higher highs and you're creating higher lows, correct? You created a low higher than the previous one. You created a high higher than the previous high. So higher highs, higher lows, that's an uptrend. A downtrend is when you are creating lower highs and lower lows. Okay? Very, very simple. Okay? And so now, what is a break of structure? A break of structure is basically, you have a break of structure to the downside and you have a break of structure to the upside. And so when you're in an uptrend, we all know that price doesn't move in one direction forever, right? You go up and then eventually you start going down, okay? Move up, move down, okay? So the market fluctuates. And so when you're in an uptrend, eventually you're going to get to a point in time where you break structure to the downside. And most likely you are going to see for some time that you are going to continue in this downtrend like this, okay? And so, oh, what the fuck was that? Let me just see. Okay. So you are in an uptrend. Eventually, you are going to close. Okay. So we have a low. Okay. I've already gone over in my last video what a high and what a low is. Okay. A high is white, black. A low is black, white. Okay. And so we are going basically white, black, white, black, white, black, white, black. We're continuing on an uptrend. And so when we have a low, right? When we have a low right here, and while we're in an uptrend, when we close below this low, when we close below this low, that is a break of structure to the downside, okay? We see that when we are in an uptrend, we never actually close below this low. We always stay above this low, right? However, this low right here, technically, if we were to continue on an uptrend, we would hope to see us do something like this, where we never actually close below the previous low. However, here we see we close below this low. That means it's a break of structure to the downside, okay? Hopefully you guys are getting the gist of it. So right here we are in a downtrend, right? Lower highs, lower lows, okay? And so a break of structure to the upside is when we close above a previous high, okay? So we're in a downtrend, we create a high and we end up closing above it, okay? And so ideally what we want to see here is this, okay? So this is a break of structure to the downside. This is a break of structure to the upside. So for a break of structure to the downside, we need to see closure below a previous low. For a break of structure to the upside, we need to see closure above a previous high, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys just one more important tip for you guys. It is in order for it to be considered a break of structure, the actual body of the candle needs to close above or below the previous high or low while in an uptrend or a downtrend. So let's fix that right here. Okay. So say we are in a downtrend, right? We're creating lower highs and lower lows. We said that in order for it to be considered a break of structure to the upside, we need to close above the previous high. So when we're in a downtrend, we want to see closure above a previous high in order for it to be considered a break of structure to the upside. So what is a break of structure? We have to see the actual body of the candle. I've already gone over that in a video. I've gone over what bodies are. I've gone over what wicks are. We have to see the body of the candle close above the high in order for it to be a break of structure to the upside. Okay, so this is a break of structure. This is not a break of structure. We see that we created a high. We have a white candle and a black candle. Obviously, we're in a downtrend. We're moving down. We created a lower high essentially here. We see a white candle, a black candle, the highest wick out of the two. That's our high. However, we don't actually close above the high. The body of the candle does not close above it like it does here. We get a wick above it. That is not a break of structure. We have to get the full body of the candle. We have to get this body to close above the high. So this is not a break of structure. This is a break of structure. So this is just part one of the break of structure series. This is just an introduction of what it is. I will be creating a part two on what a break of structure is when we'll actually get into the charts, and I'll show you guys more in depth of how this actually works. And so I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.